Hey, welcome, Amy Barney here. I wanted to share some thoughts with you. I know I'm outside, my lighting system is done, and I was gonna just do it out here before the light's gone. And before I start, I wanted to see if I could flip the camera and show you. Let's see. Here we go. There's our little rabbit, one of them. I just gave her some romaine. She's gonna run off. Anywho, all right, so I wanted to share, I've been in this group, and I know the reception's gonna be a little bad. I'm gonna try and park myself over here in a chair. And we've been doing these different personal development things every single day. And they've been really, really good. And the one I want to share today is from Brendon Burchard. I think he spoke at our convention, and I really, really, really liked him. So if you're popping on, say hi. Where are you watching from? I'm in my backyard because my diva ring is crapping out on me. So this was really timely. The last few weeks ago, I went through some really rough things. And I really liked his video on how to stay positive during your worst days. And I thought I'd share some tips. One of them really struck my heart and really spoke to me, and maybe it'll help you, because I know a lot of people are going through some really hard times right now, and especially if you're here in California. Things are really strict, and parents still are having to carry the big load of all the schooling at home. And so this is what Brendon Burchard, if you're not familiar with him, which I wasn't before convention. Hey, Therese. He helps people become high performers, to have success in their businesses, to be consistently successful. And so he said what high performers do, to get through their worst days, because everybody has hard days. No matter, like, I'm really positive and happy most of the time, but I still have some hard times. And number one, he says they anticipate problems. They realize that things aren't going to go perfectly, and that there's going to be things that happen. And so to help get through those hard days, hey Rachel, they anticipate that things aren't going to be perfect, that maybe, someone's going to be really rude, or, whatever problems you might deal with wherever you are in your life, or wherever you work, or whatever, just know that things are going to happen. Number two is they learn to delay the response, the emotional response. This is something I've been working on since I married my husband. I'm not perfect at it. And usually one of my biggest regrets is when I'm not able to delay that emotional response, and I say things I regret, and I step out of the alignment with who I want to be, right? And who I want to present myself as. And so they learn to, and I've got some notes here, delay the time between the stimulus and response. So obviously when things happen, we're triggered, and we may want to react or mimic what the other how they're treating us. Are these emotions that you're having helping you cope and move through this as a role model? So learning to delay that time between the stimulus and what you feel and the way you act. And that's going to really help you to get through some of those difficult times. And you have to train yourself to wait, mosquitoes, and see. Sorry, since I don't have my setup out here. And breathe out, don't respond when triggered. Now again, these are some of my hardest moments, is when I am not truthful to who I want to be, who I feel is my core. Hey Kimberly. And when I do not delay that response. And oh gosh, this happened last week. It was bad. It was really bad. I had this experience at work where I was caught off guard by a vendor, and I was treated the worst I've ever been treated, and it left me in tears. Now, I did react a bit defensively, and I called him on some of his crap, and so it triggered him. He was really nasty to me. It was uncalled for, but I could have probably handled it differently if I had maybe found a way to, delay my response there. And I'm not sure I would have gotten out of all of it, but we maybe could have avoided some of it. And so, it left me hurting a lot. It was emotional. It was awful. And so I have moments like that I can remember throughout the years where I have not been delaying my emotional response, and I always, always regret it. All right, number three. This one really hit home, okay? Allow and socialize sadness. And I don't know why I'm this way. I don't know why I try to hide and push down my sadness and make it disappear. It's not that I don't feel it, but for some reason I have built in maybe just defense mechanisms to block pain, push it away. And when he talked about this, it's exactly what yeah, I've been talking and sharing with you guys my journey, that one of my mentors suggested to improve my business success to go see a counselor to help get through some blocks from my past that are holding me back. And I've been doing that. And I thought I was doing well. I'm like, I'm not even sure I have anything to talk about. And I showed up 2 weeks ago at my session, and I shared a minor annoyance with a person that I run into on occasion, that I interact with, and in different situations. And this person triggers me in a massive way, and I didn't know why. Because they weren't doing anything wrong. They're not doing anything deliberate, but they make me really angry. And I feel like I'm going to lose my mind, okay? And so I was sharing this, and we had a discussion, and I had this realization that this is all connected to my childhood. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so it was a very productive session. But it brought out these unwanted feelings for the next several days. It was more like grief feelings of grief and sadness that just took over my body. And I was having a really hard time. And I feel like when that happens, that I'm going to get lost in it. And that because I am in this sadness, that I'm unworthy success. I don't know why that happens, but that's how I feel. And I love what he has to say about sadness, which not a lot of people, I guess, really say it the way I haven't heard it this way. He's like, you can't apologize for it, and you can't hide it. We're all going to have sad days. And this is, I think, one of my important works that I'm doing for myself, is to allow myself time to cry, allow myself time to be sad, and not just stuff it down in a corner and move on. Hey, Joanne. And move on about my day. Because what I do for my business, to be successful, I have to vibrate at a really high energy. And that means, I shouldn't be sad. I need to be happy. I need to be feeling gratitude. I need to be, putting out this high positive energy. And I know that. Nothing good comes from really sad days. And so, but this isn't something that's, I've just developed recently. This is my whole life. I have tried to avoid feeling bad and sadness, and I don't know why that is, but it is. And I like that he said that it's important for you to not apologize for being sad. Give yourself that day that you need. Let yourself cry. Let yourself do the things you need to do to process those feelings. Don't hide it. And so I have been learning this since I started doing counseling, to open that door, and that I have closed for over 20 years of all these feelings, which is why sometimes after I talk with my counselor, I have these overwhelming feelings of grief and sadness that I don't know where they're coming from, but I think I just buried them for so long that they're just all of a sudden pouring out into my body, and it's overwhelming. But you shouldn't try and hide it. You need to let it cycle through. And it's okay to be sad. I mean, that really hit home to me, because for some reason I feel like I'm not worthy if I am stuck in sadness. And for me, it's a scary place when I go there. I feel like it's hard to pull myself out. So he also said about sadness, feel the feelings, cry, lose a day of sadness, but try not to lose a week or a month. Let it, work your way through it, but do the things that are going to support you so you can, come out of it. You'll be healthier if you realize that there's nothing wrong with being sad. Okay? Now, and I'm in the industry where we talk about being positive all the time. And it is important. It's important to see the positive, to be grateful, to try and elevate your energy. But there are days when you're going to be sad. And so this was like a huge revelation to me after experiencing 2 weeks ago. After that session, I had a couple days where I was just crying, and I was like, what is wrong with me? And I was really struggling with it. And it was important for me to realize it's okay. It's okay to feel that way. It's okay. All right. So that's tip number 4 for how to stay positive during your worst days. And then he also said to socialize sadness, which is sharing it, which is what I'm doing with you guys. This is not something I would normally have talked about. But one thing I'm grateful for about my business is it encourages me to share with you guys and be vulnerable. and let you guys know that I'm just like you. We're all going through the same thing, and hopefully my journey helps somebody out there. So he says, share it. Don't worry about what others say. Just share that you're having a hard time, that you're feeling sad, and that helps you to get through it. All right, number 4 is develop healthy responses. When, and this is where I struggle. So those days when after that session 2 weeks ago, what did I do? I stayed up till 1 o'clock watching shows because it was so painful, and the emotions that were filling me were so overwhelming, and I didn't understand this grief that was taking over my body for, I don't know why. And so I was staying up late, eating the chocolate and doing those things. But you're going to get through the tougher days if you can find a way to be healthy and respond to those hard days with healthy actions, like eating the healthy food, going on a walk, taking care of yourself. And so that's something I definitely need to work on. All right, number 5, he said that a great thing is to do a daily journal, like writing things that you're grateful for and then reviewing it. And so those that are successful through their hardest days, they often write gratitude, what, why, and how it makes you feel in the morning. And then they write their specific goals down. And then they review the day and they seek out what was good in it. Hey, Dustin, I thought you were sleeping. So let me see if there's anything else. Oh, number 6 is progress and perspective. Identify. This is another thing that I realized, that when I am feeling sad and struggling, I like to tackle the things that are simple. The things I feel like I can't mess up, right? I should probably move towards some more light over here. It's getting dark. But Brendan said that it's more important to pick those things that give you joy, that make you excited. There we go. I've got some light here. So find those things that are most important in your business, in your life, the things that make you most passionate. And it says to identify 5 major moves and swiftly move towards them. If you do stuff that doesn't matter, it won't help. If you do things that bring you joy, it's going to help you pull out of that funk more. Now, and I struggle with this because when I'm in a funk, it's like I'm protecting those things that are important to me from me damaging them. Now, and I guess that's wrong. I figure if I'm, vibrating at a lower energy, and I try to tackle the things that are most important, I had felt that I would ruin chances of impacting and doing what was important to me. But he says, go for those things. It's gonna shift you faster into those feelings of joy when you do something that matters instead of just doing the things that don't matter, the busy work, which is what I do. When I'm struggling, I just do the busy work, the unimportant stuff. All right. And I think that's it. So recap. Let's see if I can even recap because I'm trying to see out here. I hope my new light arrives quickly. It's going to make it hard to do my videos. It's getting really dark out here. All right, so here's a recap of the 6 things, and this video was so powerful. Hey, Amara. This is by Brendon Burchard again. Number 1, anticipate problems. Number 2, delay the response. Please wait. Try to delay your emotional response. We all react strongly sometimes. Trying to delay it. Number 3, allow and socialize sadness. Huge, huge, huge for me. Number 4, healthy responses to the problems in your life. Try and find ways to treat yourself healthy when you're going through struggles. Number 5 is that daily writing of your gratitude and the things that you want to accomplish and a review of it. And number 6, tackle the things that matter most, not just the busy work, the things that inspire you. And that is what's going to help you get through those hard times. So this was very meaningful for me, especially because, like I said, 2 weeks ago, I was in a very dark place and I was not sure how to pull myself out. And it was so helpful and insightful to hear what he had to say. So I know that if I have another therapy session where it takes me there again, that I'm going to tackle it like this. I'm going to go through this. I'm going to do the things that matter most instead of setting them aside until I feel better. And then it'll help pull you out faster. So I hope that's helpful. I'd love to hear from you, your tips. I got to say, this is just a fascinating journey. I don't necessarily love kind of the things that I'm going through as I'm working through it, but it is fascinating, and it's interesting to see when you do that soul work, the kind of things that pop up, and also the growth that comes from it. And so though you may be going through hard days, they may be the things that help you become who you need to become. And I'm a big believer in that. that the hard times that we face and the things that we deal with, that they're necessary. And it is through those struggles that you are going to develop into the person that you need to be so that you can step into your greatness. And so finding a way to work through those in a healthier, more successful way is always ideal for me. Anyways, I hope that's helpful. I will see you guys tomorrow night. By the way, if you would like access to a free tool that I use every day, I was using it today and it really helped me to level up and vibrate at a higher frequency. It really helps me to push through when I'm struggling emotionally with my mindset, because mindset is 97% of the problem. If you want access to that free tool, just shoot me a message. It's one of my favorites. I'll send it to you. I know you're going to love it. Let me know. All right.